Well, it looks like spring isn't even here yet, and everybody's already throwing away lawnmowers. So, as you can tell, our snow has melted rather quickly. It did hang around for 3 or 4 days. But got a call yesterday? No, Saturday. It was Saturday. Got a call Saturday. Guy had this old lawnmower, wanted it gone. So, for some reason, I went and got it. It's not even a model I particularly care for. It's just a Murray covered in dust and spiderwebs. However, it does have a Diamond Series 15.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. It's the overhead valve model. But it's got a bunch of good stuff on it, like the 3-piece carburetor. You get your intake, the carb, and then the air cleaner. It's not all made together like the older generations. Of course, typical sloppy steering. Throttle cable works. It's got this really bulky hood on it, which from a distance as I was walking up, I was like, that is so wide, I bet you it's got an opposed twin, but I'm not that lucky. I don't ever get those. Looks like we got a battery in it from 2014, so we got a 4-year-old battery in it now. There was no key, but that's fine because these lawnmowers just, you stick anything in there and turn it over. I am assuming the battery is dead, of course. Is that voltage or is that? Yeah, that's voltage. I was wondering maybe if it had a cool little gas gauge or something. It's hydrostatic. Sorry. Well, I'm assuming it's hydrostatic. It's either that or one of those variable drives that just happens to have a... judging by that tensioner and that fluid reservoir, that's hydrostatic. But that is neat. I've never seen one have a fluid reservoir on the top, so maybe it's serviceable. We're gonna find out. I might just rip this rear end out and put it in that MTD that my mom has, the black one that I posted over the summer we were having transmission troubles out of. So if it'll go in there, I'm just gonna shove it in that one because I don't like the rest of this mower. Yeah, it's 42 inches of cut, but the deck's all banged up on it. It's really rusty. It's all bubbly and flaky and chunks missing, and front, there's no telling what the blades themselves look like. Plus the steering's all shot. So probably not going to use the mower itself. I'm just going to see if we can swap the rear end. And then the engine, as you know, I need a donor motor for the Simplicity lawnmower that I have. So there's my complete swap with wiring harness and everything to drop onto that Simplicity. And while we're talking about lawnmower projects, this is the 42-inch deck that is, it's already been re-welded. So I'm not actually going to use this deck because it's no good, no bueno. Check out that shitty weld job. Can you see that? That's rough. So I don't want the actual deck. What I do want are the pulleys, the mandrels, whatever you want to call them. That one's no good. I only need one. That one's good. So I just use that one. But I need those. Come on. You know how hard that is to do with one hand. Musty One has one of these, or a couple of these tent buildings, I think. there's no point in even zipping mine. This one got ripped apart when that tornado came through, so it's just open roof. But I need those pieces for the deck to fix this one. It's a yellow one, but as you can see, it's not this isn't rusted off like the other one, but the pulleys are bad on it. And I'm too cheap to go buy new ones. So we're gonna swap those around so that I can put that deck back on that John Deere. Because that John Deere has the Kohler engine, and it runs and drives and works really well. That's what I used to cut my grass with until I got the yard machines. And then I actually blew the engine on the yard machines one day. Right there, actually. I stopped to move a tree limb. And when I got back on the mower and turned the blades back on, it threw a rod. But it just so happened I had a Murray riding mower that was sitting right here that had a 14.5 horsepower on it. So I just swapped it right over, and I haven't had any problems since I've been cutting with it for 2 seasons now with the new engine. And I cut my yard, my mom's yard, and a couple people around town, just, you know, because I'm nice and whatnot. And let's see if I can open up this one. There we go. And I used it up until I got this one. You guys remember this one, right? This one was in the videos. This is my John Deere Sabre, or Sabre by John Deere, however you want to say that. Got a spider on it, but it's got a, can't open it all the way, but it's got a 15 horse engine. I bought this mower from the junkyard, or the scrapyard, and because it had a blown engine, but the whole rest of the mower was super great, and it had a 3-blade deck. It was bigger than the one I had. So let's see if it'll start. Like I said, we had all that snow, and we've had temperatures hovering in the teens and stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like 50. So turn the fuel on. I haven't used it since the end of last mowing season, so it may not even do anything, I don't know. Key switch is down here. I got choke on. That started pretty easy. Good. I don't know what this one's gonna do. Battery's probably dead on this one. I don't think I put a battery in this one since I've had it. Yes, dead. Oh wait! Oh snap! What are the odds of that? Actually going to let that one run for a few minutes. I can't believe it started, so the battery needs to charge. Oh, this is the one that had a watched enough Musty 1 to become a professional hoarder, and I've got some wheels and tires laying around I can throw on it. So I guess maybe in a couple weeks or so we'll get around to messing with this thing. I just really don't feel like doing it right now. But this is January, so this is kind of early to be getting mowers. Usually this happens closer towards March and April. And by the end of April, that's when everybody realizes that, hey, my lawnmower that I had taped together last year on its last leg just isn't going to cut it again. So they go buy new ones, and then we get the old ones. So, but anyway, figured I'd share. This is what I got. In case you're wondering, I tow this trailer. This is a decent sized trailer. I tow it with that white Toyota Corolla I got. I towed it about half an hour to where the guy lived and half an hour back with a lawnmower on it. The little car does good. Anyway, I've rambled enough. I'm going to cut this video short. Just thought it was kind of funny getting stuff this early this year. I mean, I was driving in the snow to go pick it up. But anyway. So I'm thinking, like I said, we'll put that motor on the Simplicity, use the rear end for the riding mower my mom's got, and then the rest of it is just junk. Unless some other person wants it, because I sure don't. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. Drop a comment down below, and let us know what you think.